Hi everyone, this is Sandy Reese with Stampin' I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thanks for joining me for our August card class today. We're doing live. And I've got 3 great projects. Now our card class is normally 2 of each card. We're just going to do 1 today. But we're using the Country Woods Suite. It's really great. This is one of our mega suites. So in this suite, we have the Country Birdhouse and the Country Flower stamp set. Today, we're using the Country Flower stamp set. And then we have 2 sets of designer paper. We have the Country Woods and the Country Lace. We'll be using both of these. And then we'll be using some other products as well. Not too many other. We're going to stick pretty close to it, but maybe some different colors. So we're going to start off with just a basic card. And I didn't put a sentiment on the front of this because I wanted this to be one, it could go for sympathy, it could be get well, it could be birthday, it could be a lot of different things. So let me show you how we're going to make this and do some coloring. Now this is a line art set, so it lends itself to coloring, more so coloring, and really great to use with the blends. And even though I don't like to color a whole lot, every once in a while I don't mind it too much. And then it's great because we have 3 different flower sets. We have a bucket, we have like a little teapot, and we have a stool, and then we have 4 sentiments, and then this cute little flower market stamp that could go on either of our little flower vessels. And then we have this fun little I don't even know what, like a tile type of extra stamp for some backgrounds. So we're going to start out using 3 of our bigger images. We're using the stool, the teapot, and the plant. So let's grab our supplies. All right, I am using some pecan pie for my card base, and then for one of my layers. And then I'm using some soft sea foam. I love soft sea foam. It's a really good plant color too. That's for my first layer. Then we'll have our pecan pie. And then I have a piece of basic white. And I've already run this through the exposed brick embossing folder. I want to call it the distressed brick for some reason. So you've probably heard me refer to it as the distressed brick embossing folder, but it's not. It's called the exposed brick. It could go either way, but I'll try to call things by the right names. So I have a piece of white for the inside. Let's go ahead and just put these on while we're here. And I don't know about you, I love soft sea foam. That's one of my favorite greens. It's just so pretty and so soft. Now you could pop this layer up if you wanted, but we're already popping some of the other items, all of our die cut pieces. So I chose not to pop this. Okay, hopefully that's straight, fairly straight. Okay, so we've got an extra piece of white. This is to do our stamping on. So I am just using some Memento ink, and we'll start, let's just get our stool stamped, and then we'll get our teapot stamped. Oh, sticking that in the ink there. And then we can get our plant stamped. Make sure we get it covered. Okay, just like that, super easy. Then we're going to do a little coloring with our blends. So I've got the soft sea foam to do our plant. We're going to do our teapot in Lost Lagoon, and then pecan pie for our stool. So let's do a little coloring on our stool. I'm going to use the dark pecan pie. Okay, if I can get the lid off. Let me try the other tip here. to do a little shading kind of underneath where the legs are under the stool. Now, you know I'm not the best colorer, but I do like occasionally to do a little bit. And then we'll do a little more shading here. Okay. Now let's grab the light one. Oh, you know what? I think I ordered another pack of these because hold on, my tip on that one seems to be dried out a bit. Okay, let's grab, I wondered why, I was trying to remember why I ordered these, and now I do. Now I remember. Okay, ooh, nice new, nice inky tip here. Okay, so I just like to color in. I don't worry too much about my blending yet. I'm just going to color the rest of it in with the light, and then we'll come back and just do a tad bit of blending. I'm going to use this end over here. I think this is probably still pretty good. Yeah, this is the light one. I'm just going to kind of blend between my light and dark shades here. This is light, right? Yeah, it's light. Okay. Sometimes it looks a little bit darker, but when it dries, it looks lighter. Okay. Next, we're going to do our teapot. And let's find our dark Lost Lagoon. And I'm just going to let's do the inside of the spout. A little bit of bottom here. Kind of where we have a little shading where our handle meets. I'm going to do around the edges. Okay. So let's get a little coloring done here. Does anybody have plans for the weekend? As long as I'm coloring, might as well ask some questions, see what everybody's got going for this coming weekend. I am going to be working on my Christmas in August event, which is next weekend. And so this weekend I'm cutting. I'm actually having a die cutting party on Monday with some of my team members. So excited about that. Sometime, you know, we have quite a big group coming on next weekend for the Christmas event, and sometimes just that I try to do as much die cutting in advance as I can, and just to save time, because we do a lot of projects at this event. Okay, I'm going to start my soft sea foam for my plant here. So I'm taking the dark and I'm just doing along the ridge and then wherever they're kind of overlapping. Okay, so anyway, it's a lot of prep work. We do at least 15 projects, including some 3D projects. We have lots of cards. We do some tags, all kinds of fun stuff. But for 36 people times 15 projects, I don't know, I haven't done the math yet, but it's a lot. So sometimes I'll have my team come in and I make them some dinner and they help me do all my die cutting, which is really good. Some of them are very fast die cutters. And it's such a time saver for me. And it's a time saver for everybody who comes. And most of these come to the event too, so. That's great. Okay, I think that's good on coloring. going to set those aside. Now we're going to die cut. So these dies are great because they cut out all the stamped images, but we also have a ton of flowers, leaves. We have this little pot or lid for the teapot. We're not going to use it because we have, I'm just going to take these all out. Which ones? We need that one, this one, and this one. But it cuts out a big thing of leaves. We're going to use those later. All right, let's grab our Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine and get our dies lined up here. Let's see which way, right like this. And use a little bit of Post-it note tape to hold those in place. When you're stamping a bunch of images on the same paper to die cut, you just want to make sure you space them out far enough so that you can fit all the dies on there. Sometimes if we're doing like one that punches out everything, well, not so much a punch, but we've just got to be careful. Hold on, I got another piece of tape over here. That we can fit all of our dies on. Okay, hopefully that will keep them all in place. All right. That's nice because we only have to run through the die machine once and we have 3 different images. So the better we can use our resources wisely, the better I like it, right? Okay, that's 1 trip to the die machine for 3 things. Love it. Okay, now we are going to pop up all of these with some dimensionals. We're going to start with our chair. I'm going to put one on the outside of each, the outside legs. All right, we're going to put this right about here. All right, then we're going to pop up our teapot. I'm not going to put one right at the bottom because it's going to overlap just a tad. Just like that, and same with our plant. Okay, the bottom is going to be down here. You can see kind of where the stems are going, so that's where you want your bottom to be. I'm just doing 3. You don't have to put 8 of them on here. 3 is good. I know some of you are along with heavy spongers, you're heavy in dimensionals. Okay, now for our embellishments, we are going to use these Pecan Pie and clear ribbon adhesive back dots. These are so sparkly. Why they're called ribbon, it looks on the inside, it has like a little argyle pattern. Maybe that's why they're calling them ribbon, is a description, but they're just super sparkly. And they come in 2 sizes. So there's Pecan Pie and clear, and they're small and large. There's quite a few. Okay, I'm gonna put one here. I'm just using the Pecan Pie. I might do another big one. Maybe right here, and then a small one. Whoop, that stuck to my other finger. Okay. You know, you need to go with what you like when you're placing your dots. And so you can see here, I placed them a little differently, but that's okay. We can change it up. Okay. And then I'm just using a little bit of linen thread here to give it a little more texture. So we do have quite a bit of texture in the card. Now we've got the exposed brick embossing folder, and that brings some texture to that white piece. Then we have our glossy dots, and then we have a little bit of linen thread. I'm gonna make that bow a little bit smaller, maybe trim some off. Okay, cute, cute, cute. I love that one. You know, and you could change up the color if you want to do a pink pot or black or whatever teapot color you want, you go for it. I just kind of wanted to go with a little more subtle tone because I think this would be really great for Get Well or even for a sympathy card or thinking of you. Okay, that, excuse me, that is project 1. All right, I have, this class is tonight. I have that coming up, so let me make sure I get everything back in my basket so I have it when we get ready to start. So I always want to get our stamps clean. Now, while I'm cleaning these, this is a chamois, and I know many of you probably have this. It's nice and purple when we get it, and then as we use it, it becomes stained. But you know, you do need to wash this occasionally. Now, I will, you know, after I do a set of projects, after, you know, a couple days of stamping, I will just rinse it out in the sink and sometimes put some hand soap on it, rinse it out and until it runs clear and it's ready to go again. Then about once a month, I take all of mine from class and everything and throw them into the washing machine and wash it with some laundry detergent. I don't dry them, I just wash them and then give them another rinse when they come out and put them back in their cases and they are ready to go. So if you open that up and that smells bad, you need to wash it, okay? Or if it's not coming clean, it's time to wash it. All right, next we have, let's see, which one are we gonna do next? We'll do this one next. Okay. This is my supply packet. And then this is the card. Isn't that cute? We're using the Country Lace paper. And then it's in Misty Moonlight, but it also goes really well with the Night of Navy. Then we're using, because there's only 2 vessels on here, we have a bucket and a teapot in the die. So we have this great little basket die as well. Isn't that cute? It doesn't make a texture, but if you wanted it texture, you could run it through an embossing folder before or after you die cut it. All right, so let's see what supplies we have in here. Make sure we get everything. So we're going to do our basic, our card base, hello, with Night of Navy cardstock. Then I have 2 pieces of basic white. One is for the inside, and then one is for a layer on the front. We're not going to glue that down yet. I'm gonna put our other layers. So this one has kind of the lacy petal pink, and then on this side has a denim, kind of a denim texture, which I think is just really nice and subtle. So we're going to leave a very thin border, thin border on 3 sides of this. And then I just chose this subtle kind of stripe pattern to go underneath. I'm just going to do a long line just like that. And we're going to make sure we continue that thin border around that. Okay, and then I have some of our white frayed ribbon. This is an online exclusive. So I am using some of our online exclusives. It gives Stampin' Up! The opportunity to add some extra products for all of us to use where we might not have room in the catalog. All right, I love that. Our online exclusives have gotten really, I mean, they've not only gotten, but they have been really good. So I have enjoyed using those. Okay, and we're just going to put this whole piece right on the front. Let's go ahead and glue this on the inside while we're at it. Okay, there we go. All right, we got our base done. Now we're going to work on our decorative parts. Okay, so this is white is going to layer on this navy, but I want to stamp our sentiment before we do that. So we are going to make this into a sympathy card. And I love this font. I love anytime we have mixed fonts, you know, 2 different fonts in one sentiment. I'm looking for my Night of Navy card ink pad. Okay. It says, with heartfelt sympathy. And I'm just going to stamp that right in the upper right corner. That one's ready to go. But while I have my ink out, we are going to stamp this little floral image that's kind of like a tall spray. And I'm going to stamp that in Night of Navy right here on some scrap white cardstock. Close that up so because ink gets everywhere. Okay, I've made it so far without ink. We're going to do a little coloring on here. So what I'm using is the boho blue for my flowers, because this comes out a little bit darker, but I wanted my flowers not too dark. I wanted them a little bit lighter, and all these blues really look nice together. So I'm just taking my light and I'm going to go around my roses. Here's another rose. I think it's just the 3 roses. Okay. Then I'm going to take the darker one and just do, my vision's not that great, so I'm just doing a few little low lights here. Okay. Then I'm going to take my color lifter and take the small end, and we are going to just bring a little extra color out on maybe a couple of those larger leaves, just to add 3 layers of dimension. Okay, so we have the dark, the medium, and now a little bit more light. Okay, now I've grabbed this marker because I have my other soft seafoam blends in the other basket. Oh, we could do that. You know what? That wasn't a leaf. Is this a leaf? This is a leaf. I can't even tell. Yeah, that's a leaf. So we'll have like just a few little small leaves in this image. A couple going up here. And we're just going to do a quick color with that soft seafoam Stampin' Write marker. I missed a petal on that rose. Okay, there we go. And then I grab my Lemon Lolly, and this is the light Lemon Lolly, and all I'm going to do is, I can't talk and color at the same time. I'm just doing little bits of color on all these little cute, teeny tiny flowers. Just to add another, and I didn't want it bold, I just wanted a real pale yellow in here. These color yellow, green, and blue because they make yellow and blue make green. The 3 of these go really nicely together. All right. So what we're going to do next is we're going to die cut our flowers. I think this is that's the die for those. And we need our basket. So I'm going to cut it out of the middle of this one, so I don't have to use any extra cardstock, because we're not going to see that. And then we're also going to die cut a little sprig of leaves from our soft seafoam. Okay, that's 3 things. We can get these all on the cutting mat. That one, we don't have to be particular, but we do want it to not move. Okay, that one will be fine. And then this one, let's get this lined up. If I can see without sticking my big head in the screen. Okay, I think that's right. I'm gonna use a big piece to hold that in place. Okay, here we go. I apologize if my desk wiggles. not too bad. Okay, we still need that. That's done. This is done. What are we missing? We are missing this. The basket. What happened to it? All right, I know you probably watched when I took this off. Oh, you know what? Hold on. It kind of fell down in my machine here. Sorry about that. And I just heard, here we go. Okay, there we go. Now we've got our pieces. Let's put this layer on. We got a nice thin border going around this. Okay. We have, I guess I only have mini dimensionals here. Let's grab some dimensionals and pop these on. And even if you're using mini, this isn't a huge piece. And I think some of you get very afraid that it's not going to stay on, but it will. 4 little dimensionals, that's all you need. I mean, look, I could take this and run all over the house shaking it. It's not gonna come off, okay? Trust me. Trust me. Okay, I'm gonna put 2 here. All right. I'm going to layer here, but I want that to show. Okay, this one I'm going to glue down. You know, I'm trying to think. I might cut that apart and tuck that under. Where? Let's grab a couple of dimensionals and pop this one up. I'm just using 2. I'm gonna pop this up right here, and then I probably could have used my single sprigs, but I'm just gonna do, and cut this one off. This is one thing I love too about these. If you have a lot of leaves, you can just, you know, kind of do your own thing. Use them however you need to. I'm just gonna pop this one up under there. Okay. And then let's see. I'm gonna do this one. Let's cut this. Here we can pop that up right there. Hide that weird leaf we don't need, and then we're going to use this one down near the bottom of our flowers. There we go. We can kind of spread those out a bit. All right, for our embellishments on here, we're going to use, these are the Tinsel Gem 3-packs. I love these colors. I am looking for my piercer. Here we go. So I'm using the blue, and I'm just going to put a couple of these. I can't grab it. There we go. Just like that. Not a whole lot. That's all we really need. Just to add a little sparkle. If you wanted to use Wink of Stella on some of your flowers, you could do that as well. Super cute. Okay. Last but not least, let's get our stamps cleaned up. And get all of our markers back in, stamps, and ink. Okay. Move that out of the way. Then we have this one. Now, I had received a swap that was similar to this. It had a little more layers. Sometimes I like to, if I see a swap I really love, but there's a lot going on, I will take, you know, a couple layers out and make it a little more accessible for class use. So that's what I've done with this one. But I just love the colors, the color scheme. We're using the new Basic Beige and some of the Country Woods paper and the Country Lace paper. Okay, so with the Basic Beige, I cut off a little bit, about half of that, maybe, yeah, right about half. And then I'm folding this over. And then I've added this nice light wood. It's got the kind of Coastal Cabana wood on one side, but the lighter color on the other. So we're just going to add this to the bottom. Just like that. I just love the muted tones in this card. And then we're going to use the Basic Beige lace pattern on the top of the front flap. It's got that gray, just a gray texture on the back. Okay, let's get this centered. All right, now we are doing a mat of crumb cake, and then we have a mat of Basic Beige. These are gonna go on the top, but we are going to use, I've got all my little stamps here. I'm looking for my little tile stamp. Hold on, where is it? There it is. I knew it was in here. And then I'm going to use crumb cake to stamp it. Okay. This is my old crumb cake pad, so hopefully it will be okay. Let's take that out of the mix, and we're going to just stamp it, kind of going up this left side, but a lot of that's going to be covered, so I want to make sure I can see it. Stamp one up here, maybe one over here, might do one out here, just to see. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's all we're going to do, just a little bit of texture there. And adhere this to our crumb cake mat or layer. And all the measurements and measurements will be in the PDF if you place an order of $30 or more this month with me using the host code. I will mail you a kit of these for free. If you spend $50, I will include an embellishment for free as well. And then on the inside, we just have a piece of white that's just the size to be hidden by that front flap. So I'm just going to center this right here, and it's covered by the flap. I love how that works. Okay. So I did a longer white one because we are going to stamp all of our items on here. So we are using the bucket. I think this bucket is so cute. And then we're going to stamp the Flower Market image. A little sentiment right here on our bucket. Cute, cute, cute. And then we have our flowers. Make sure we get those inked up well. All right, and then we are going to stamp our label. We're going to die cut our label first, okay, and then we're going to stamp on that. So let's do a little coloring on our images here. So I've got a variety of colors. Let's see. We are going to use, let's see, we have got, not this one, that's my bad, pecan pie. We're using light and dark crumb cake, And then I have another color. I'm missing one. What am I missing? I had a separate color right here. And I seem to have not made it back into the thing. It's one of our neutrals, so I'm trying to figure out which one it is. That's 800. What is this one? 700. Let's see. I don't know if that's it or not. Sometimes, you know, I forget to put, oh, that's not too bad. I think that might be it. That's 700. Let me see if there's a 600. That might be the one. 600, where are you? What is this? 600, okay, let's see. It's got to be one of these two. That one's a little dark. You know what? I'm going to try the 600. Let's see if this works. All right. Even if it doesn't, it's pretty close. It's almost got a little bit of a light rusty color, and I'm only doing these two little accent areas on there. Okay, that's the one we're going to go with. All right, then we have some dark crumb cake. I'm just going to do a little bit of where we'd have a little bit of shading here, maybe at the bottom and the sides, and maybe on there, but I don't even think that's going to show. All right. My crumb cake's drying out too. You know what? I ordered some crumb cake blends as well. But now what are these? It's not them. You know what? I don't think I've got them in yet. Or I took them and put them in another project. Okay. But I know they're on their way if they're not here somewhere in the house. So we're going to make do with this. I'm going to look for those before class tonight. But the crumb cake, always the light one seems to go first. Maybe because I use it so much. And we use it for blending. I just don't want it to be too much of a line there. Okay. That's it for coloring. Put those aside. All right. I have, this is light wild wheat. Kind of going for some subtle colors today. I'm going to do this big flower right in the middle. And the wild wheat. Okay. I'm not going to worry too much about shading. I'm just going to do a little extra color right in the center there. Go over that a couple of times. All right, then we have, what color is this? This is light old olive, and I am just doing kind of this little, this could be a flower. I am using it as greenery, a sprig of greenery of some sort. Maybe a succulent, I don't know. I'm just doing this in old olive. Just for something a little different, I'll just do a little extra with the base. Okay. Next we have light Calypso coral, and I'm just doing this little flower right here. Cute. All right, then we have dark peach pie, and I'm going to do these little roses with this one. And these are pretty small. I'm not getting crazy with the shading and stuff on here. I'm just going quickly. On my sample, I made these two outer petals as leaves, which they weren't. Let's see. I go back and just do a little darker. Add a little bit more. Okay. All right, next we're going to do our leaves, and we are using Shaded Spruce. Uh-oh, is that dark? No, it's light. Sometimes it goes on dark and then it will dry a little bit lighter. But I want a little contrast. So I went with the little darker green. Since everything on the card is pretty subtle, having a couple pops of something a little darker will make things stand out a little bit more. Okay. If you do your card and it's all subtle, and there's no like little pop of black or pop of white, it can be a little bit boring. And you kind of need somewhere for your eye to focus. Okay. Well, as long as I have this out, I might just do a little dark at the bottom of some of these leaves. Okay, good enough. I don't even think you can tell I did that. All right. Well, let's grab our die cutting, our dies on our machine. Okay, let's find this one. We're going to grab this too. Tape. What do I do with my pieces of tape? Are they still stuck? Oh, here's one. Okay. And this die. Okay. And this one. I feel like that's about right. See, this is what happens if you put your images too close together, so we have to come back with that one. We're going to do this one, and then we'll come back and do the flower. So this is our label, and I use the Perennial Postage dies for the label, or for our sentiment. Okay, I'm going to just, might as well stick that on. Let's get this in straight, that will help. Getting it through the machine. All right. Let's get these two off, and then we can do our flowers. Okay. I've got to be honest, this die cutting machine works so much better than the Big Shot. I mean, not 100%, you know, it works better for sure. The Big Shot still works, but our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, it's a mouthful, but it really does cut nice. Okay. All right, let's get our pieces out here. Dies over here, tape over here. I try to stay as organized as I can because I lose things like crazy. There we go. Okay, that and this. So we have four different images here. Okay, let's stamp our sentiment and we can get to assembling. So there's a sentiment. It's right here called Sending Love, but it's kind of long. And I wanted it to be on top of each other. So I actually I cut it apart. I'm trying to see. I'm going to do sending. I want it over to the right because I'm going to tuck the left under my pot. I'm going to do sending and then love underneath it. I probably could have been a little higher, but that's okay. Just like that. Okay. Let's adhere this. This is, I want this coming out a little bit. Right about there. Okay, now we're going to pop this up with some dimensionals. We'll do 3. Okay, all right, about like that. This is going to go down. Let's see how that looks. Which way? Our flowers are going to go this way. Maybe we'll have this kind of going off to the side a little bit. Put those right here. And then we'll pop these flowers up. Cute. Love that. Okay, and then just for our, I'm gonna add a little bling. These are the 2325 in color dots. These are they're called opaque sparkle gems. No, opaque sparkle dots. But they come in the older in colors, and I picked these because it has the wild wheat, wild wheat, and even though we use Calypso coral, if we want, we could add one of these. We've got copper clay and the pink one. What is that? Moody mauve. I think a moody mauve right there would be good. I didn't even put one on here. Let's add a moody mauve to this one too. Cute. Love this card. Love that. But when I send the card kits, I don't stamp the sentiments because I want you to pick what you want to use. You know, a lot of times I like to wait and see what I'm going to use it for before I stamp the sentiment. So for orders of $30 or more using the host code, I'm listed below. We'll have a host code for a little while longer. You're going to get a kit to make these 6 projects. And then I will send you a PDF as well. And if you spend $50 or more, I'm going to also include one of these embellishment packs. So I hope you enjoyed today's project. Don't forget, we have 15% off, and I should have mentioned this, on our Country Woods and our Country Lace designer paper, along with the other designer papers that are in the annual catalog, our regular ones. It's not our specialty, but our regular. And if you have a coupon that you earned in July, make sure to use that this month as well. All right, thanks everybody for stopping by. I'm gonna look and see if we have any questions. I see some comments. I'm gonna flip this up for just a second, just pardon me. My problem is that in order for me to include my face along with my stamping, I need better internet upstairs where my stamping room is, and I don't have that. I'm gonna flip myself back upside. There we go. Hello. Bangs are doing crazy things today, but I just wanted to check and see if we had any comments. I see Vicki on, Catherine, Kathleen, Mary Lynn, Lori, and Cassandra. Hi, everybody. All right, well, thanks for coming in or coming by and watching our video today. And I will see you all on Saturday. All right, bye-bye.